Well, this is a bit different to the usual seed trays and compass bags, but it's probably one of the most useful tools I've been able to add to our homestead this year, because this here is the ALLPOWERS S2000 Pro portable power station, and it has a matching flexible solar panel as well called SF200. It's quite big, it's serious, but I think it might just save us a veggie harvest. Also help us stay plugged in during these off-grid situations. So straight out of the box, what you've got is the unit itself, which is just the size of a hefty cooler, but very manageable, not heavy for me to lift at all. You've got the cables, you've got the charger, manual, all there. So straightforward. And this is the SF200 solar panel, which folds down flat, and it's really light and has some of the cables attached already. Plus it comes with these little handy Velcro straps to mount onto a surface, and then you'll be able to quickly release it again. We have been experiencing more and more of power cuts lately, either through the sudden weather events, like we had that big snow event, we had the Atlantic storms, or we just are getting bombarded at the moment with these scheduled maintenance days. We do need a way to keep things running here, and you might just be exactly in that same position as us, especially if you, for instance, garden off-grid, in a polytunnel, on an allotment, or just want a backup plan that's quiet and reliable. This setup could just be the thing. And it isn't just for camping or caravans. Out here we've had 3 planned power cuts in the last month alone while they were just upgrading the network, and that just means you'll have no lights, no freezer, no working from home if you needed to, and definitely no charging power tools to work outside with. Straight from the box, it already comes nearly 3/4 charged, so it really is ready to be used straight away. You have all of the necessary sockets and ports. You have 4 standard plugs. You have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts each. You have 2 USB-A ports at 12 watts each, and then 2 USB-A fast charging ports at 18 watts each. Even a 12-volt car outlet if you're out adventuring or working from a van. You do have 4 ways to charge it. The quickest probably is going to be still to plug it straight into the mains power in the wall, and it will go sort of from 0 to 100% in less than 2 hours. Now, I haven't fully been able to test that part yet because my battery hasn't ever gone down to 0 yet. Then you also have the fully solar power charging, you have the car charging, which is probably going to be the slowest, and then you have the combination of the mains power and the solar. So 4 ways to charge it, plus you have the smart controls and monitoring in the ALLPOWERS app itself as well. Now, honestly, the chest freezer and then the main fridge are probably my biggest worry when the power goes off. Just because this is where we just store all our frozen backup foods, any extra homemade meals, veggie harvests. Snow is fresh food. Yeah, you love that stuff. So I really need this to be looked after, and you'll have a couple of days of no power, and that's the products and all of our efforts ruined. But this power station will easily run it for hours, even overnight, while we wait for the power to come back. and the system allows you for simultaneously charging and discharging, meaning that you can use it while it's being also recharged. Now, I did have to get a few adapters for the plugs, as in Ireland we have a 3-pin plugs, as the mainland Europe has 2, which this model is for, but that is just a very small extra to get. So I've already tested it with a few of the things I'd use if we lost power in the house, for instance, an electric propagator, my phone, the camera charging setup, and even the weather station and internet. So usually the weather station and internet are the most crucial if we get a power cuts during the storm. But I did want to give this a proper go here in the garden also, and it's got a huge 2400 watt output, which is just more than enough for anything I would ever need here. The battery capacity is 1500 watt hours, and I've only had to recharge it once after several uses. Now, we use a lot of Makita power tools in the household, so we go through a lot of batteries for the chainsaw, drill, trimmers, you know the setup. So it's so handy to have this portable power station where I could plug the battery charger directly into, and I don't have to worry going back and forth between the house or the garage, especially if we're working away on the field or in the orchard. So it makes it so much easier. Now, we don't use any mains powered tools in the household, so I haven't been able to test it with that, but I did test it with a Hoover and it works brilliantly, no problem at all. We'll get the whole house cleaned up even if there's a power cut. Now, what I really love is that this setup is fully solar powered. I've been using the SF200 panel on sunny days, and it tops up the batteries really quickly, even in Irish conditions, which says a lot. It is waterproof too, so I didn't actually worry when a bit of rain rolled in. It's just perfect for anyone who has a shed or an allotment or is dreaming of an off-grid cabin someday. Now, the panel itself is quite large and it's all in one piece, so I suppose it is advisable to be able to attach it onto a surface, not to probably move it during high winds, as it can act a little bit like a large sail. But otherwise I've had it mostly propped up against either wall or any kind of sort of, I suppose, the terraces here, and it hasn't been a bother. Now, for me, this is the kind of setup that makes sense long term, whether it's just keeping the lights on in the greenhouse here, or maybe running a small fridge in the summer, or just charging everything while camping. This could be actually really good and useful part of any rural or self-reliant lifestyle. And I suppose come autumn, winter, storm season, knowing I can just keep the freezer running, maybe even finish a video edit or even working from home if I need to, because like I said, with that big snowstorm, we were trapped in the household. We couldn't go to work. So if I could even keep the internet and the main computer running, and I could keep working from home, or keep the weather station online during the storms again, because that needs mains power all the time. I think it's just those quiet winds that just make the biggest difference out here. And for me, it's not all about the gadgets, it's just about the actual peace of mind. Now, the power station is quiet. It has its own internal fans, but it runs really quietly. It seems dependable, and it's definitely very easy to use. And if you're someone who values those things, I think it could be a brilliant investment. So if you're curious, I'll link it below in the description box with all of the specs. There's also a special discount code for you, so make sure to use it and get your offer now. And I'll be also just sharing more of the ongoing updates as we keep using it in this season. So thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.